The thing that always came up to me was when McGregor fought Mayweather, and Conor is like an elite athlete, but he gassed out after. But when you look at his MMA fights, same thing. He tends to hit a wall in the third round, which is what 15 minutes into a fight, and I'm like, how is that? This guy like does all this like hardcore type of training. He's this bike training. Like how are these guys like hitting this wall and not being able to get past that and gassing out?
I think with him specifically, especially when he was boxing, it was just kind of being in foreign territory, in terms of his boxing. Like, he actually has good boxing skills, very good boxing skills, and he's obviously in elite shape. He always has been, always is. But he comes to that time, he's an explosive guy. Super explosive athlete, so his energy production, his rate of force production is very, very high. And if he doesn't allow his body to recover, rest, like it's like running sprints. If you're a very fast sprinter, if you run 10 of them in a row, you're gonna gas. It doesn't matter how good a shape you're in. So that active recovery in between, and that ability to, which Floyd is a master at, resting, breathing, catching your breath in between. That's why when Floyd, everything he does is fast and explosive, because in between he's resting. He's sitting there in his position. He's breathing. He's moving. He doesn't move his feet a whole lot. He's taking energy. He's recovering so he can be explosive and powerful again.
So it's okay to be a little chubby. Is it optimal to be a little chubbier in these combat sports because of what you're saying? Like the body needs that extra stuff?
Not necessarily. I think it's more of an individual thing, and I think that's a big thing about nutrition too. We're so different, each one of us. Like what might be an ideal body fat percentage for me might not be the same for you. And that's. I've dealt with my coaches about this too, Dr. Corey Peacock and Dr. Mike Camp, and we've talked about my level of leanness throughout fights. Me, I can carry a very low body fat and still perform and still have a good gas tank, where other guys may not. And just keeping on a certain level of body fat may be more beneficial, for some athletes, but it's so individualized. Everyone's different.
Yeah, it's crazy because now that I really think about it, like Cain Velasquez, not ripped, cardio for days. Fedor in his prime, not ripped. He looked like a normal dude, wrecking fools with speed and all that. Yeah. Well, he was dad bod before dad bod.
First dad bod, the original dad bod.
Yeah, there you go. Trademark that original dad bod.